Okay, before we begin, let's go back to the word watchers, right? So the poet comes along and he sees the word watchers and his imagination explodes, right? Bless his little heart. But that's what I'm trying to say. The poet doesn't see the science and the science doesn't see the poetry. It's one of the ways in which Enoch is hiding knowledge or hiding the text. So, I mean, we're coming to these words Michael, Gabriel, Raphael. I mean, we need to get with Enoch's flow here and not be thinking so literally. Um, then Michael and Gabriel, Raphael, Suriel and Uriel looked down from heaven and saw the quantity of blood which was shed on earth, and all the iniquity which was done upon it, and said one to another, It is the voice of their cries. The earth deprived of her children has cried even to the gate of heaven. Right? I mean, that kind of seems like it's crying to the gate of heaven, but heaven's not going to let those cries in. Maybe not. I don't know. What do you think? And now to you, O ye holy ones of heaven, the souls of men complain. So the holy ones of heaven, these are, I think, the religious leaders. The souls of men complain, saying, Obtain justice for us with the Most High. Then they said to their Lord, The King, thou art Lord of lords, God of God, King of kings. Right? So this is Enoch's legal statement that all men are supposed to be kings. You know, all women are supposed to be queens. You know, this is just respect. You know, and it's not like a bad type of gangster respect where the gangster can disrespect you, but if you disrespect him, then he's going to kill you. Like, that's hypocrisy. This is respect. So God respects us. This is what he's saying. And he's not going to be respecting us if we're crying like a bunch of bitches, which is, I think what Enoch is saying here. I mean, like, what are they saying when they say it is the voice of their cries? Like, they could be laughing, right? Um, I don't know. What do you think? I'm not saying I understand all of this, obviously. So I'm coming out to you for some help. Boom, boom, boom. The throne of thy glory is forever and forever and ever is thy name sanctified and glorified. Thou art blessed and glorified. Thou hast made all things, thou possessest power over all things, and all things are open and manifest before thee. Thou beholdest all things, and nothing can be concealed from thee. Thou hast seen what Azaziel has done, how he has taught every species of iniquity upon earth, and has disclosed to the world all the secret things which are done in the heavens. Samyaza also has taught sorcery, to whom thou hast given authority over those who are associated with him. They have gone together to the daughters of men, have lain with them, have become polluted, and have discovered crimes to them. The women likewise have brought forth giants. Thus has the whole earth been filled with blood and with iniquity. You know, this is right here, this is spoiling your children. The spoiled child is a giant in his own mind. And now behold the souls of those who are dead. You hear that? Cry out. And complain even to the gate of heaven. Their groaning ascends, nor can they escape from the unrighteousness which is committed on earth. Thou knowest all things before they exist. Thou knowest these things and what has been done by them. Yet thou hast not, yet thou dost not speak to us. What on account of these things ought we to do to them? I mean, do you hear this? It's like, hey, where's God? Why isn't God here? I mean, this is, I think, Enoch's conception. I mean, because it's about that intimate relationship, right? So, um, so basically, like every time you are brave, that right there, that's your relationship with God. When you are brave, when you have a warm heart, do you love other people? If you love another person, that's your relationship. It's about this intimate relationship. And these whiners, right, according to Enoch, can't have a relationship with the pimp, the high pimp in heaven. Um, I mean, you know what I'm saying? What on account of these things ought we to do to them? Then the Most High, the Great and Holy One, spoke, and sent Arsalalur to the son of Lamesh, saying, Say to him in my name, conceal thyself. Then explain to him the consummation which is about to take place. For all the earth shall perish, the waters of a deluge shall come over the whole earth, and all things which are in it shall be destroyed. And now teach him how he may escape, and how his seed may remain in all the earth. Again the Lord said to Raphael, Bind Azaziel, hand and foot, cast him into darkness, and opening the desert which is in Dudael, cast him in there. Throw upon him hurled and pointed stones, covering him with darkness. So, with these stones, right? What are the stones? I think stones are like the sight. Like in Enoch's mind, like if you understand what he's saying, then he's humiliating people right now. Right? He is throwing stones at the devourers. Right? Like that's a stone he's throwing at them. So maybe, what do you guys think? Let's see. Pointed stones. There shall he remain forever. Cover his face that he may not see the light. And in the great day of judgment, let him be cast into the fire. Restore the earth which the angels have corrupted, and announce life to it, that I may revive it. All the sons of men shall not perish in consequence of every secret by which the watchers have destroyed, and which they have taught their offspring. All the earth has been corrupted by the effects of the teaching of Azaziel. To him therefore ascribe the whole crime. To Gabriel also the Lord said, Go to the biters, to the reprobates, to the children of fornication, and destroy the children of fornication, the offspring of the watchers from among men. Bring them forth and excite them one against another. Let them perish by mutual slaughter, for length of days shall not be theirs. They shall all entreat thee, but their fathers shall not obtain their wishes respecting them, for they shall hope for eternal life, and that they may live each of them 500 years. To Michael likewise the Lord said, Go and announce his crime to Samyaza, and to the others who are with him, who have been associated with women, that they might be polluted with all their impurity. And when all their sons shall be slain, when they shall see the perdition of their beloved, bind them for 70 generations underneath the earth, even to the day of judgment and of consummation, until the judgment, the effect of which will last forever, be completed. Okay, now here's something interesting. Enoch is saying that there's going to be mutual slaughter. Like, why would that happen? Like why? Like why would the bitches turn on each other? Um, Now my theory is that he is offering immunity to all who confess their crimes and pass through the gate of humiliation into redemption. Again, none of this is personal. It's all about behavior, moral behavior, right? And so if you offer them a chance at redemption, if you give them immunity, then they will start to turn on one another. Because the best way to define is hell is bitch denial, right? Hell is bitch denial. And so there's going to be some people out there who are not going to want to admit it, and there's some people out there who are going to say, "Hey, the good guys are the winning side." Um, I think that's what's going on here. But what do you guys think? Because I mean, he's talking about mutual slaughter here amongst the bad folk. Um, let's see. Also, pay attention to the forever parts, okay? Because again, this is Enoch, a badass Jew, and the scientist is going to come along, and and of course, he probably does have meaning in it, but for me, this is a very emotional statement. It's kind of like music. They say in music that you start with one note and you end with that same note, I think. I don't know. But this is kind of like he likes to put it in there like a musical type thing. And it's also kind of like a taunting. Like, yeah, 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 yeah. Last forever. That's what I get out of it. So, like, the poet would be kind of right on this one if he doesn't have a science brain, because like he just keeps doing it as like a taunt, maybe. But I don't know. What do you guys think? Then shall they be taken away into the lowest depths of the fire, in torments and in confinement shall they be shut up forever. Wow, right? You hear that? Immediately after this, no, shall he together with them burn and perish. They shall be bound until the consummation of many generations. Destroy all the souls addicted to dalliance, and the offspring of the watchers, for they have tyrannized over mankind. Okay, so I looked up dalliance, and the first definition I saw was like a brief sexual thing. But I think that may have been like the 1950s when it was like cute to say that, like, oh, they're gonna have a dalliance. So I think that's more modern, puritanical type viewing the world. A brief casual involvement would be opposed to resolute, right? So I think that is probably dalliance, closer to what he's talking about. But let's see here. Okay, tyrannized. Like, oh my goodness. Oh my, like, do you hear everything that's going on? This is a back and a forth. You have devourers and dictation and tyrannized right here, right? Starting shit that doesn't need to be started. Pink is always jumping in. Let's see. So what do we have? We have freedom here. Freedom. I mean, like, to me, when I read this text, this text is like just oozing with freedom. Like, this is a man of freedom. Like, that's why he wouldn't agree with the whole ideas of the church and state stuff. Although he would say temple and state, right? So he doesn't believe in a tyrannical temple, right? He believes that the Jews should be just like out there kicking ass and just being free and happy, um, just doing their thing, and the rabbis off just smoking pot and reading books, playing video games maybe. Let's see. Boop, 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 boop. Then shall they be. No, did I already do that? Let's see where my. Yes, tyrannized. Freedom. So, freedom. Let every oppressor perish from the face of the earth. Let every evil work be destroyed. The plant of righteousness and of rectitude appear, and its produce become a blessing. Righteousness and rectitude shall be forever planted with delight. Right? So, I mean, this delight stuff is funny because, like, if you're in a time of trouble and you're righteous, then you're the villain, right? So to be righteous is to be put on the back foot. That's what an accuser does, right? Because if you see Bob kill Frank and you say, I saw Bob kill Frank, that's a statement of fact. That's not a statement that's saying Bob killed Frank. That's a statement of saying you saw Bob kill Frank, in that you may have been mistaken, but that's what you saw. It could have been a guy with a Bob disguise and you were deceived. But that's a statement of fact. To accuse is to put someone on the back foot, right? It's to try to dominate their will and destroy their name, right? And like I even catch myself using accuse wrongly, I think, every now and then. So, boop, boop. Let's see here. So with delight, I think that's what this sentence means. I mean, this is about righteousness, right? It's confident that, you know, you don't want to put up with the bitches. And then shall all the saints give thanks and live until they have begotten 1,000 children, while the whole period of their youth and their Sabbath shall be completed in peace. In those days all the earth shall be cultivated in righteousness. It shall be wholly planted with trees and filled with benediction. Every tree of delight shall be planted in it. In it shall vines be planted, and the vine which shall be planted in it shall yield fruit to satiety. Every seed which shall be sown in it shall produce for 1 measure 1,000, and 1 measure of olives shall produce 10 presses of oil. Purify the earth from all oppression, from all injustice, from all crime, from all impiety, and from all the pollution which is committed upon it. Exterminate them from the earth. Then shall all the children of men be righteous, and all nations shall pay me divine honors and bless me, and all shall adore me. The earth. Okay. Okay. And Enoch really starts to amp it up here towards the end. But like one thing about like this could be Enoch talking about himself right here, right? And he's playing with the word adore. Like if a friend points out to you that you're fucking up and you don't want to fuck up, so you admire him that he tells you, right? Because now you live in a better way. So he's playing with this adoration thing. So don't think this is you know, anything blasphemous taking place. But I mean this, and you'll see later on, like there's some really good stuff coming up. But yeah, no, I'm wondering, like this is my 3rd reading through, and I mean obviously this is God, the great pimp, right? And why are you going to adore the great pimp? Because Enoch wants you to pimp like the pimp. Like you're not going to let you're not going to let the bitches get to you. So, like, think about this in terms of a mother um, and a child. Like, the child is throwing the tantrum. If the mother can rise above that tantrum and not let that get to her nerves, that's a higher degree woman in Enoch's mind, I think. Um, Fuck, I completely lost my train of thought. Let's see. The earth shall be cleansed from all corruption, from every crime, from all punishment, and from all suffering. Neither will I again send a deluge upon it from generation to generation forever. In those days I will open the treasures of blessing which are in heaven, that I may cause them to descend upon earth, and upon all the works and labor of man. Peace and equity shall associate with the sons of men all the days of the world, in every generation of it. Mm. Okay. Let's see. Enoch, he's now talking about himself in third person. Before all these things, Enoch was concealed, nor did any one of the sons of men know where he was concealed, where he had been, and what had happened. He was wholly engaged with the holy ones and with the watchers in his days. I, Enoch, was blessing the great Lord and King of peace. And behold, the watchers called me Enoch the scribe. Then the Lord said to me, Enoch, scribe of righteousness, go tell the watchers of heaven, who have deserted the lofty sky and their holy everlasting station. Right? So Enoch puts himself into third person, right? Because, I mean, oh my God, he's got this. He's got this beautiful phrase right here, scribe of righteousness, right? And he wants to be called the scribe of righteousness, so he has to put himself in third person in order for the Lord to call him the scribe of righteousness, right? Now, of course, there's probably more going on here, obviously. But Enoch will definitely, clearly do stuff like this later on. But I love that line, scribe of righteousness. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, who have deserted the lofty sky and their holy everlasting station, who have been polluted with women, and have done
like we're the bad ones. Takes to the table.
and have done as the sons of men do. So again, right here, I think he's clearly arguing for a celibate rabbiness. I don't know. What do you guys think? So the sons of men here would be the people, right? By taking to themselves wives who have been greatly corrupted on earth. But I don't know. Like, obvious. Like, Enoch could also have a triple meaning, right? because there's, like, what I'm claiming, there's at least two meanings to this book. There's the surface meaning, which is, very vague. Um, and then there's the meaning that he wants you to see, if you know how to play his game. And so there could be, like, maybe three meanings. So we don't know here. I mean, we're still trying to unseal this. And each reading is almost like a new layer, the way I feel it, So that on earth they shall never obtain peace and remission of sin. For they shall not rejoice in their offspring. They shall behold the slaughter of their beloved. Shall lament for the destruction of their sons, and shall petition forever, but shall not obtain mercy and peace. Then Enoch, passing on, said to Azazel, Thou shalt not obtain peace. A great sentence is gone forth against thee. He shall bind thee. So Enoch would love modern technology. Like he would be like a director and an actor and a musician, because he's in the center of the story right now. Okay? The cameras are on him. And he's talking to the angels with contempt, or the bad angels with contempt. Like, most people think demons and they're all afraid. But here's Enoch, the badass, right? And he's just staring these bad angels down, right? So he's the badass hero right here. A great sentence is gone forth against thee. He shall bind thee. Neither shall relief, mercy, and supplication be thine on account of the oppression which thou hast taught, and on account of every act of blasphemy, tyranny, and sin, which thou hast discovered to the children of men. Then departing from him, I spoke to them all together, and they became terrified and trembled, beseeching me to write for them a memorial of supplication, that they might obtain forgiveness, and that I might make the memorial of their prayer ascend up before the God of heaven, because they could not themselves thenceforward address him, nor raise up their eyes to heaven on account of the disgraceful offense for which they were judged. Then I wrote a memorial of their prayer and supplication, for their spirits, for everything which they had done, and for the subject of their entreaty, that they might obtain remission and rest. Proceeding on, I continued over the waters of Danabadan, which is on the right to the west of Arman, reading the memorial of their prayer until I fell asleep. And behold, a dream came to me, and visions appeared above me. I fell down and saw a vision of punishment, that I might relate it to the sons of heaven, and reprove them. When I awoke, I went to them, all being collected together, stood weeping in Oubel Seel, which is situated in Libnos and Seneser, with their faces veiled. I related in their presence all the visions which I had seen and my dream, and began to utter these words of righteousness, reproving the watchers of heaven. We'll end it there. Now, like, I don't know. Like, I'm seeing some of these things, I think. I think you are too now. But there's a lot of mystery still going on. I mean, this could be a prophecy right here, right? Like he's speaking to someone through time, right? So if you write a book, it's a time machine, right? You're speaking to someone in another generation. And the way he writes is that he's writing a book that no one's going to get, but only the worthy. And I mean, oh my God. I think it's time to stop, and we'll go on more. But I lost a train of my thought.